Why, hello there, it's Mr. McFlanagan, your old buddy, your old pal, your old chum. And my god, am I doing a 10-minute video? I think so, but I have a lot to talk about. First off, I want to say, I spent my whole weekend, pretty much my whole weekend, watching the Halo event, Iron Gaming, live at Ohio. It was amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a professional gaming event. Iron Gaming hosted a 3-day event that they streamed live on Twitch. And I know what you're thinking. It's professional gaming. It's boring. It's really not. I mean, Halo has such a rich history. I mean, this is a gaming franchise that's been around for over a decade. And there's a lot of names that have been connected to the Halo franchise that are just infamous, and these guys still play. I mean, there is guys that competed back in 2004 that still compete in professional Halo events. I mean, that's just astronomical to me. It's just amazing. And I watched this 3-day event, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic, and the reason it was fantastic is I got to watch one of my most favorite players of all time play all weekend, and he was just killing everybody. At 29 years old, Ogre 2, Tom Ryan was killing everybody, and it was fantastic. I mean, you could only imagine how excited I was. Take your favorite sports team, take your favorite football team, your favorite baseball team, and imagine your favorite player playing for over a decade and still being the finest, the best, with the best aim, the best shot. He still got it. He still got all the moves. Tom Ryan is still got all the moves. Now, Tom Ryan, if you don't know who Tom Ryan is, it's Ogre 2, and I want to give you a little brief history on Ogre 2. Ogre 2 is a twin. Him and his twin brother, Ogre 1, Ogre 2, Dan Ryan, Tom Ryan, started out as Halo 1 professional players back when there was no professional players. This is before your nade shots and your scumpies and all this. These guys were pioneers. They played local events for fun and for passion of the game before it ever was anything big, before MLG got into the scene, before any of that. These guys were the pioneers of Halo. And Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 pretty much dominated the Halo scene till 2006. From 2004 to 2006, they were the best of the best. They played in the 2v2 tournament and won 6 straight events. People were sick of these guys. They actually started playing on opposite teams so it would be competitive. Ogre 1 played with somebody else, Ogre 2 played with somebody else, just so it would be competitive. That's how crazy these guys are about competition. And, you know, what really frustrates me is you got a guy like Ogre 2, okay? He's 29 years old. 28, gonna be 29. And he has won 40 professional events. This weekend in Ohio, that was his 41st win. He has won 41 events in 4v4 team competitive play. And that's just amazing. And you know, it's what's so amazing about it is you got a guy like Nadeshot, right? You know, everybody knows who Nadeshot is, Optic Nadeshot. He's 21 years old and he just retired from professional gaming. He says he's too old to compete, but he's going to stay in the competitive world. And then you got a guy like Tom Ryan, who's nobody's ever heard of Tom Ryan. Everybody's heard of Nadeshot. I mean, Nadeshot had a write-out in the New York Times. They did a write-up on Nadeshot in the New York Times saying how he's the greatest gamer that ever lived, and he retires at 21 and walks away from gaming. And everybody's heard of this guy, the most paid, most famous professional gamer ever, Nadeshot. Everybody's heard of him, but you've never heard of Tom Ryan. And Tom Ryan is by far done more for competitive gaming than Nadeshot ever will, and he's never going to get the credit and respect that he got. And you know, he's still out there doing it. At 29 years old, he's playing guys half his age and still destroying everybody. I watched him play a best of 5 against the second best team in the world, and he was still dropping 19 kills against the best players in the world at 29 years old. I mean, he's still the best player on the team. Like, you know, it may go back and forth. One guy may outscore him, but this weekend, he was the best player on the team. He went 19-10 in Game 5. You know, and this was a crazy Game 5. They were tied at 48 to 48 in a game that goes to 50 kills. And Tom Ryan drops 19 kills in that close of a game with only 10 deaths. I mean, it's astronomical what this guy did. And it just saddens me that you've never heard of him, because, you know, it's like, I remember when I first heard about Tom Ryan, it was probably 2005, 2006 when YouTube first came out. And how I discovered YouTube is one of my friends, Zach, who was like the best Halo player I knew at the time. He came in and he said, "Man, have you heard of YouTube?" I said, No. He's like, "There's Halo videos on there. There's really good Halo videos on there." He's like, "Dude, I got to show you these Halo videos," because I've always been a huge Halo fan, and I loved anything Halo. And my buddy's like, "You got to check out this montage. It's by a guy named Ogre. Ogre 1. And I said, alright, we watched it, and dude, it was amazing. It blew my mind. He was doing things I've never seen people do in Halo, just, you know, double kills, triple kills, kill-tacular, sticks, you know, just getting away with everything. And then I found out he had a twin brother, Ogre 2, and I watched Ogre 2's montage, man, and it blew my mind. I couldn't imagine what these guys were doing to people. And then they came out with that USA series on USA Network, where they followed all the professional gamers, and you could watch, you know, Ogre 1, Ogre 2 compete live on USA Network. It was the biggest thing in the world, and that was kind of my start into the obsession with the Halo world, because I always was a Halo player. I've always been a competitive FPS player, but when I seen those videos, those montages on YouTube, I couldn't imagine how good these guys were, and it kind of sparked my whole entire, like, obsession with gaming. And it's just crazy to think that Ogre 2, a guy that's, you know, everybody said, "Listen, you're washed up, you're too old to play games, you know, you need to pack it up, you need to call it quits." He's still out there dominating. And it just totally takes that rumor that when people get too old for gaming, they should just give up. It's not true, because not all games are just all about being the fastest response time or being the quickest, most precise shot. Ogre 2 has proved that there's a chess match in games, and it's more about using your head than it is about being this dominating, just, you know, never missing your shot, which Ogre 2 doesn't ever miss his shot. He pretty much invented the strategy to never missing your shot. He does this crazy thing with the joystick where he spins it in circles, and it resets your aim somehow. I mean, I don't know. It's basically like built on the theory of flight, like, because pilots, when you play a pilot simulator, you kind of like move your joystick and it repositions your shot. I don't know. He could explain it. I can't explain it, but it's amazing. And I just want to tell you guys, if you are having trouble getting into Halo, if you're having, you know, you don't get why people like Halo, just look up some of the old Ogre montages. Look up some of the old MLG competitive scene. It's completely different than the Call of Duty competitive scene. These guys were doing it for all the right reasons. They weren't doing it to get rich. They were doing it because they truly loved the game, and most of these guys still play the game. So it's just a completely different scene from the Call of Duty scene. And I hope I dropped a little bit of knowledge about Halo for you guys. That's all I really wanted to do with this video, is just give you a little bit of Halo knowledge. And a big shout out to Tom Ryan, because this weekend he made this old gamer super happy. I mean, I was jumping out of my seat when Tom won, because they didn't just win. CLG, his team, didn't just win this weekend. They absolutely destroyed everybody. They beat everybody all the way through the winner's bracket. Then they played the winner of the loser's bracket and beat them 5-4, never losing a match. You know how hard that is to win every single game at a professional level? I mean, it is astronomical. It is amazing. I really wish some of you guys could have seen this weekend. I think it only had like maybe 10,000 viewers. I think that's the only people who were watching, was maybe 10,000 viewers. And I tried to ninja that guy right there. You probably don't know what ninja is, but when you're getting shot in the back, you walk backwards and jump and try to hit the guy in the back and get a kill. It's pretty cool. But like I said, you know, it's just, Halo's never going to come back either. Like, it really isn't, because most people don't understand that MLG TV is the dominant force in streaming, and Twitch is the other side of that, Twitch TV. And Twitch TV owns stock in 343, the company that currently makes Halo. Now, Twitch and MLG TV are competitors, so MLG is never going to back Halo, because their competitor is MLG TV, and it's really sad, because I wish it could get back on top. I love it. But thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.